Hey guys, welcome back to Kendi Beauty. So it's been a minute since I picked up any BH Cosmetics products to show you guys. I have been sort of getting stuff in the background, but I've been a little bit weary ever since I found out that they are now under Revolution Beauty. I'm not sure. You guys got to let me know down in the deets below. I don't know the specifics. I just know that they were acquired or they were bought out from, I believe, what is the umbrella, Makeup Revolution Beauty. So I was a little hesitant to pick up palettes from them, I guess I should say. However, I did get a bunch of the Travel Series quads. I also got a bunch of the Neo, I always want to say Neo, the Nude Ego collection. There are two brand new collections. So we're just gonna kind of do some swatches, create a look, see if it's the same old BH that we all have grown to love, and just, yeah, take a look at these new palettes and see what they're all about. If you guys are new here, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, tap the bell so you can be notified of all of the new upcoming videos, and let's get right into it. Okay, so first up with the Travel Series, we have the Cute and Cabo Face Palette. This is 0.28 ounces, 8 grams. This retails for $8. It's made in Taiwan, 24-month shelf life, and it's quite petite. Here are the swatches. There was a little bit of patchiness with this shade, this deeper bronze shade right here, right there, that I noticed just from swatching it, but I will sort of apply it on the face. And then I also picked up the Iceland palette. These are $7. They're 0.19 ounces, 5.5 grams. They are also made in Taiwan. This one right here. And there definitely is some patchiness, unevenness with these shades and this palette, more so than the Cute and Cabo palette. It feels like this is worse formula wise, but we won't know until we try them out on the eyes. Okay, I also picked up the Mykonos palette, which is also made in Taiwan, same way as far as the Iceland palette, and then this is a 24-month shelf life as well. This I feel like swatched a little bit better than the Iceland, but they're still, I just feel like this shimmer shade is just, like, you would think looking at it, it's going to be very deep and intense, and then swatching it, it's just kind of like light. It's kind of more transparent than I would like. It's not as rich as what I'm used to with the normal BH Cosmetics formula. But again, we won't know until we get this on the eyes. Moving on, we have 3 of the Nude Ego collection palettes. Again, I didn't want to purchase all of them without knowing about the formula, you know, if things were the same or not. They are also made in Taiwan, 24-month shelf life. They, let's see, have 6 pans, 0.21 ounces, and 6 grams. I got This Is Me, Wild and Blushing. And as you can see, these palettes arrived damaged. Very damaged. I had to press this one back in on this one. All 3 of them did. This one's really destroyed. This is Blushing. And these all retail for $9 each. Okay, so again, this is Blushing, and this is this shade right here, which came destroyed. Honestly, this does, it's kind of like a duochromeness going on. It's really pretty. This shade and this shade, actually all the shades in this palette remind me of the normal typical BH Cosmetics formula. However, this Wild palette, these 4 shades, absolutely garbage. These 2, however, at the bottom right here, remind me of the typical BH formula. It's really weird. And these are those 2 bottom shades swatched. So again, those are giving me like typical BH formula vibes. The other shades are not. The whole Blushing palette was nice for $9. I feel like it was a good quality palette. Definitely reminded me of the typical, even the mattes were really nice and pigmented. And then this Is Me palette. you know, maybe this shade, and then this shade, Fantasy, looks a little bit different. It's giving me like Makeup Revolution vibes. However, these two shades are giving me BH Cosmetics formula. The mattes are horrific though in this palette. So I feel like we kind of have a mixed bag. I'm going to put some primer on. We're going to do a look and then we will be back for our final thoughts. Okay, so I do want to go in with the Mykonos palette just because I don't think these feel like they are the same formula at all. And I'm just going with my What's Up Beauty brushes, which I have been in love with. Okay, so that's pretty pigmented actually on the eye. I wasn't expecting it to be that pigmented. So let me just smooth this out a little bit. Yeah, I definitely have some major patchiness right here that I don't normally get with BH Cosmetic matte shades. It's not horrible though. Like, it's definitely not horrible. It's not as bad as some of the... I'm just gonna be honest. Makeup Revolution for me is very hit or miss, and some other palettes, like the Disney ones, the quality is just not there. I do feel like this is a little bit better. I haven't tried many of the Pro Revolution ones, so I don't know if this would be similar to those. However, I do know my BH formula. I've been getting BH palettes from day one. I didn't just start getting them within the last 3 years. I got the Shayla one. I've got the Daisy Marquez. I've got like all of the Sylvia. I've got it all. I think I almost have every single BH Cosmetics palette. So when you stamp it on, it's not bad. When you blend it out, it's a little bit patchy. All right, I'm just gonna go in with this shade right here with my finger first. And even like just, it's like stiff. It's not what I'm used to. Oh, it's not bad though. It's not bad. I feel like that looks a lot better on the eye than what I was expecting. I feel like that looks a lot better on the eye than what I was expecting, actually, the shimmer shade. Yeah, it's not bad at all. All right, I'm going to do the other side. I'll put some lashes on. And we'll do some we'll take a look at some other BH Cosmetics palettes. Do some comparisons and final thoughts. Okay, so this is our final look. I'm actually pretty impressed with how it came up. I did add some Marc Jacobs liner, but I actually think this look came out really, really good. So here's the thing. I noticed right on the package, normally, I wish I had saved some of my BH Cosmetics from packages from a year or 2 years ago. I know for a fact the from part used to say BH Cosmetics. I can't remember where exactly, I want to say California. This package said from, from the from part of the package, from the Hut Group, Kentucky. I don't remember if it was BH Cosmetics Kentucky before or if it shipped from BH Cosmetics California. However, I do know it used to say BH Cosmetics. So some food for thought. Also, all of these new palettes are made in Taiwan. Now, when I look at some of my, oops, there we go, palettes everywhere. Some of my older BH Cosmetic palettes, this is made in PRC. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me just swatch some of these too so you guys can see the difference as far as what exactly I'm talking about. So in the Wild palette, there was a very similar green, Like when I swatch this, like look at how pigmented that is. Like effortless, right? And this is even like probably an expired palette by now. So that's same with the Sweet Shop collection. These are made in PRC. And I mean, I do feel like though this shimmer shade formula is similar to some of the Nude Ego palettes. See what I'm talking about? And you can see, let me just show you. See what I'm talking about as far as like those two shimmers out of the bottom compared to the shimmers, like they look the same, and when they swatch, they feel the same. Let's see. We have the old Tokyo palette. I also have the new ones in a box somewhere. I still haven't packed. Made in PRC. The new ones also made in China or PRC, I believe. I think it's PRC. The holiday palettes I have, all made in PRC. One of the newer palettes I have from BH, besides these, is the Iggy collection. And I just want to show you guys the difference with this one versus all the others. Now, I do feel like this is the same BH formula that I'm used to. I mean, just beautiful, right? Like, absolutely gorgeous. You guys see how effortless that was? And, like, they have that shift to them. Just really, really pretty. I feel like even that collection was still the same old BH formula, which they do have all three palettes at Ulta. So if you wanted to pick them up, I do suggest. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. However, when you look at this palette, right, this is one of my newer ones. It says bulk made in Taiwan. I don't know if you guys can see that. Bulk made in Taiwan, filled and assembled in China. So I kind of think that they are playing with formulas. I feel like these newer palettes, I think they made the packaging in Taiwan. So this was the start of maybe the Taiwan phase. I could be wrong, but this formula, because it says bulk made in Taiwan, filled and assembled in China. So these pans are still the old BH formula. However, I don't know if it was the packaging. Something was made in Taiwan. So I think this is the beginning of like the transition between BH and this Hut Group, or I don't know if the Hut Group was always who they were under. I just know that BH Cosmetics, it used to say BH Cosmetics. And we all know, we heard the news about Revolution Beauty with BH. So I just think that what they might do, it might be like a hybrid. So what they may be doing in their new shadows palettes is that some of them are like completely new formula, which is crap. Like that Iceland palette, oh, horrible, absolutely horrible. I think they're taking some shades which maybe they already had assembled from the BH formula, putting them with some new formula shades in some of these palettes, and it's like basically like hit or miss. Like one shade might be BH, what we're used to, one shade might be the new formula, which we're not used to. I don't really know what's going on, so don't quote me on this. I know people are gonna come with me, oh, it's the old formula. It's not. All of these shades are definitely the old formula. I can tell you that without a doubt. I have been, like I said, I didn't just start getting BH years ago. I've gotten them for since the very beginning. So not all of these shades in these new palettes are the same BH formula that we BH diehard fans are used to, unfortunately. However, I do feel like this new formula isn't horrible. Like, I feel like this look did come out really nice. I do feel like you're still getting some of the BH old formula, but maybe some of the shades, and maybe they're doing that. Maybe they're switching to Taiwan to cut costs. Maybe it is still the same lab, but something changed with location. So I really can't be sure until I play with more of their releases that continue to come out. However, I do think there is a shift and a change, not a favorable one. But if you're somebody that is just starting out trying BH Cosmetics, I don't think these are horrible palettes. I don't think the new formula is horrible. I think it is a step up from some of the Makeup Revolution palettes that I've tried. So I don't, again, think it's the worst formula. I just don't think it's like what us old BH fans are quite used to. I do want to also add that if you do want to try out some of the older BH formula and get your hands on some of those palettes, I know TJ Maxx and Marshalls for a while, I know my TJ Maxx and Marshalls still has some of the travel palettes, some of like the truffle blush palettes. You can get the old formula still. So I'm gonna actually jet out and try to, I have most of the travel palettes, but I'm also gonna pick up, I think, some other ones, anything that I can find. Actually, I'm gonna go and pick up right now because I'm really worried about what's to come with BH and whether we're going to get more of this horrible kind of crappy new formula, or if they're gonna continue to intermingle it and like you'll get a good palette. Like the blushing was like all typical BH formula. So I just don't know what's to come. So it's making me panic a little. It's making me want to go out and grab all of their older palettes as fast as I can. But again, I mean, their new palettes aren't horrible. So if you're somebody just starting to try out BH Cosmetics and you look at these palettes and you're like, oh, I love that color story, I wouldn't say like don't get it, because it's still a very affordable price range. I just don't know that you're going to get like the same quality as like the Sweet Shop collection and the travel collection and the avocado, the breakfast brunch collection. That's all. Anyways, you guys, yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's it. I think I'm just going to have to play around more, get some more new releases. I am disappointed. I'm glad though that I didn't pick up all of the palettes in both of these collections, because again, I think they're sort of hybriding, intermixing old with new. Maybe they had some of these shades already made that didn't end up in other palettes of theirs from before with the old formula. So we will see, to be continued. I am disappointed, but I don't think that this is horrible. I think it could be a lot worse. It's definitely not as bad as Makeup Revolution formulas that I've tried. Not all Makeup Revolution is horrible, but I know I've had a really hit or miss experience with the Makeup Revolution palettes, so I don't think it's as bad as those, on a positive note. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helps, you know, and yeah, I'm gonna go grab some of their older palettes ASAP. All right, thanks so much, you guys. I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.